What's poppin', gamers? Welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating game. Cooking game. Or game. Dating simulator? Visual novel? I don't know what it says. The beautiful what? I don't remember the narrator's voice. Oh no. It's been a while since I played this. Give me a second. I have to go figure out what my narrator voice was. Alright, I think I got it. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you are a terrible chef and I've already done this. Try to hide from him, he approaches. I know you're hurting right now. Oh my lord, okay. Failure's part of life, exactly what you think. Yeah, I've already done all this. Already read all this. Come on, hurry up. Pork monster. Yeah, and then we talk to Pork monster again. Okay. Wait. Oh no, I don't remember my Colonel Sanders voice. Oh no, I have to go look at that again real quick. I actually remembered it right before I got to it in a video. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you ever been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not really sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got them right where you want them. Should you reveal your new creation to them, or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're ready as soon as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping in ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens with the light of Colonel Sanders' looks hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I take the last bite? I like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? It's Harlan. Oh, those are cute. I like those. Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now that would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can take a close look at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders, then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared... What? Something style? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you'll figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. He frames a baby picture of just themselves. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered the secret herbs and spices? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing a jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Decide now is your moment to make a big move. Tell him you're cold. Fess up and tell the truth. Tell him you're cold. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders just smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're gonna cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes. Colton! I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. We talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! You wake to a beautiful morning, Colonel Sanders' hideaway. To make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders, only time will truly tell. Today's a day that could change things for the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up! It's Of course it's fucking fried chicken. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Would he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down and flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail! Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting there for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night! I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now it turns out you're fine. I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date!
I think I can believe that?
Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know this little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say skydiving as if it was typical first dates going with a talking pressure cooker?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam the time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night just might be too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection... Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together, with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter the rivals on the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It's so delicious!
Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away.
Oh, my swirly sprinkle, please! Sprinkles is a dog and a treat! You can get your swirly dipped too.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Colton, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fists, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders, just as it appears things are close. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are getting close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something's been going on. Is everyone excited to be the final day of school? Colton! How's the hand feeling? Oh, I'm mixing up voices now. I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a win is decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. Why is he complimenting her? But
what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Excuse me, Colton! I'm more than capable enough of speaking for myself.
Maybe you could tell me your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of foods. Stay inside, Colton!
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! That's that book! It looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page. The covered in arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here to see that says it'll erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it'll probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like, anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine, it is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. And Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. You reach for some old homework, you give him as a snack. Thoughts can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Waits to see what happens. Rico stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window, and the room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window out of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named it Terrence? You better not try to tell me, get right here, After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. But before we can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills all over into the class. Spring is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane, strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
But no! You had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan, Jay and Jay Forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care.
Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out from the gaps in his panels and then a long ding stops him in his tracks.
Beep! Bzzz. No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank.
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself is wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from.
In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess this looks okay?
Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
What? But we mustn't be affected by what lies ahead. The bottle competition showed up college success. Yeah, I'm still working on a bottle, but I think it went. That's terrible pumpkin. You want to get over here?
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk.
Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me like that in front of everyone?
The tiny cocoa is delicious treasure, so you know by this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy.
I know you must know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City.
Miriam brightens up, imagining a wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me?
Of course not.
Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a big ranch enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along with. If it's not Pop or Clank, or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyway.
Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup.
And I bet Professor Dog is gonna love it up. Wow, you pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decide to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants-off Van Van, the supposed Man-Man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of recipe you've been working on. Cold Dents! Famous chicken pot pie. Alright, give me a second real quick. I'm gonna see just where I am in the timeline of the game. I feel like I'm close to being done, but I don't know how many chapters are left. Alright, I'm back. So we're pretty close to the last chapter, I think. After practicing for months and months, making the dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. "Oh, Dad! What are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam!" "Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory." The pot pie has begun to bake. The smell is slowly filling the space around you. "Visualizing, that's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious." You'd usually happily share your food if anyone is hungry. The last time you let the Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. But that decision gets hard to stick when the oven timer goes off behind you. Or there was no sound at all. Specify your... My thing's gonna burn. Specify your correct decision. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from up to 400 yards! That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know, it's just a pot pie. You know it's a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust! And my nose is telling me something. Oh no, is it burning? No. I can smell it was made with a helping heap of TLC. But it'll probably stop burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
Remember, you said that is, except the cooking,
To step up for the cook-off of the lifetime, you decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly for elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top shelves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chickens as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend! Baster Blaster!
Wow, I hated that. Ban flexes pectorals as he chops to open a sea urchin. That's rock and roll! Ashley scoops up her pastries off the tray with lightning speed.
Shallow personality spatula.
Even Clink gets in on it. Oh, he's speaking words. 5-dial pressure point cooking. Chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clink learn to speak English?
It's the singularity, as it was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back of the arena. You frantically prepare your dish. You notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got the book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way! Piano Santa sees you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Colton! Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Colton, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
You turn to notice Miriam's at your station cheering for you.
Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly in your boiling noodles.
It's the secret ingredient!
However, she doesn't know that you lied and the secret ingredient was made up, and where in the world did she get I am Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster!
Steve! Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate the battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skill really impressed me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the sport monster, notices that you've got the Grimmer stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it. Sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little sport pup back in the old country.
You feel the spork monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like they're probably lonely out there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class and then I woke up.
You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck!
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could win. You often drop out, summon extra power from deep within yourself. I kind of want to know what happens if I hit give up. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win! Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing for their entire life for this. Yes, Colton, you are the chosen one who will avenge me! The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire life for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Colton. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you've earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station, stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time's almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my art. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel and reveals the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have a surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union?
We're perfect bar. At the moment, I'm up in my bar.
Oh, whoops.
You must not prepare for people.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
I think we're missing some women. Huh? What?
From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
Hey, I'm fired.
That was a bad Toad voice. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
What do you want?
Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging up on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop.
Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought wedgie was a salad. It looked like bubble chop. The idea cooked my boy. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? I must say, it's not the worst breaking UCSA delivery, but it's not exactly good material. Wait a second. Wait. What is the pressure cooker made up with?
You hear a signature word beep or you wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten that block. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only more remaining things. Please, correct him for a point. Yes, it was a lot better.
Wow, 3 days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to think. Man, wheat and power. Now describe with this.
I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup.
Remember, it's so delicious. Is that teeny tiny narrow tamaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, chef.
Oh god, Sprinkles' voice is starting to wear my brain out.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my final thing.
Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Come on, would anyone have like a bite? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't bark. I even have a really good electric pepper dog. I enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
And but, rarely do I taste a dish that's more important to yours.
Miriam is overjoyed, she gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Colton, for helping me believe in myself.
Get up. Now describe with this.
I made uni over smooth egg custard and an Axion urchin shell topped with caviar.
You know what temperature was once more a second? Different colored temperature?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my brand, doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get the nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing custard to slosh around. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and rotted.
Yeah, my tongue!
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat that. I keep blocking my tongue. Get bottom part.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour!
Don't stop simply.
This isn't the last you've heard of me! Before fussing to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Squeakles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Ask me. Stop with tempo. Now describe what's this.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight with light rosewater syrup tossed with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Colton? I told you, it's a display piece.
Actually, I'm not there. However, it's a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating School for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you're absolutely insistent, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be stopped. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley as she cannot stop to keep her two-faced routine up.
You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you!
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
If this lasts much longer, I'll be taking myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just what I thought. I've seen everything in the kitchen. You give me this thing. It completely blew me away. In my 49 dog years of life,
So he's 7 years old, that's cute.
I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious and black that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, you pass, and you get a class.
Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you're indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you passed. Everyone is passed. That there were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the hub of decor seems downright cute and cozy.
Eat that dog is in the house.
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No stop allowed by the witness. It's clearly written in the school Bible.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone is together...
It's the spork monster.
Oh, it's the spork monster. He's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to sport. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know what? She's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Paul. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. While walking the carpet, you see perched atop the dirty chef's hat. A crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I knew you were able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma. So we had it mailed directly to your daughter. Be quicker, it was the least we could do for the spook thing.
Oh, now I get it.
And we got a new wig on the council. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor. Such and such.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling electrical hissing. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What?
I actually feel like I knew this the whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates! Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give him a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal.
Wait.
No mac and cheese chicken?
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people of how to go and buy my chicken. Jesus Christ, that was hard to read for some reason.
The end? No, not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor.
Colton! Why are you sitting? What are you doing sitting all alone?
Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you expect to find with such a lucky person?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yes, I'd love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it with you, Colton.
How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
Work together? Well, I think this is something I need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time here at school, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward?
Could it be? You found your love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school.
Oh, my dear Colton, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you will have me by your side.
The end! Aw, I didn't win. I thought I played that perfectly. Well, that was... Wait for it. Wait, so I can actually get the name right this time. That was I Love You, Colonel Sanders, oh my god. That was I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Hope you guys like it. Maybe you guys can get a better ending than me. I don't know. You should probably try downloading it. It's free. You can download and play it and comment in the comments what ending you got. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. If you guys like it, give it a like. That'd be cool. Tell me what your favorite chicken is. Your favorite chicken. Tell me that. If you guys like me, give me a subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!